up here in the top right in the purple. The Zerg player. He is.
SK Telecom T1 Dark.
And the bottom left in blue for MVP.
MVP Billowy.
I like his hair too.
Yeah.
Styles it well. Looks pretty wavy.
His hair is actually similar to mine in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I'm a somewhat wavy guy. Not extremely, but somewhat.
My hair is very thin and very straight.
I wish my hair were as straight as yours.
Forge.
Pool first.
Yeah.
Scouted by that drone.
Always good to be safe. You never want to just blindly put down the hatch. And if he's got a Forge, you got to deal with cannons. It's really annoying. Can get you behind. And
it almost just feels like Forge builds are almost obsolete now. I can't remember the last time a player actually died to a cannon rush because the Zergers are always drone scouting.
Yeah.
Double probe and also a probe block will happen at the natural of Dark as well. There it is.
Billowy doing a good job bringing down 2 probes, but Dark is still able to get it around the same time.
Yeah, in a probe versus drone battle, the drone will always win because it regens constantly, whereas the probe needs to be out of combat. If it's a 1v1 fight and they're both at equal hit points, the drone will always beat that probe. So, Billowy, you gotta just, you know, he has to eventually leave, no matter how good he micros, no matter how well he micros, to use proper English. Now, gate will go down. I'm really feeling just straight up air from Billowy this time. Doesn't have to actually really play that that gimmick style. He doesn't really have to play that aggressive style. He can really just go Oracle Void Ray on this map and just constantly react to what his opponent's doing, how he's been winning, you know, in the past. I think that's not a bad choice here.
He's played so much air. He's played so many games where he went air. And on a map like this, we see it so often. Would definitely not be surprised to see it once again. We see Dark pretty standard follow-up, throws down the 2 hatcheries after the pool is done. Ooh.
That probe escapes detection, actually.
Hiding in the trees, man. Look at him. Or are those trees? Those are like vines or something. I don't know.
They're overgrown plants. And I go check the third base. Now, if he's clever, you can actually hide the probe after he sees the third base, as long as it's because the hatchery's not done yet. Okay, that's exactly what he does. Dark still doesn't see the probe. And he could actually do something similar to what we saw last game, honestly.
Yeah.
With the hidden probe, if it gets away with it.
Dark,
right,
you know,
back to the trees.
In his mind, he scouted that whole left side of the map. So he might be saying, okay, there's no way a probe got out over there. You know, I sent all my Zerglings over there. Maybe he's got something on the right side, but that's not likely.
Yeah.
And so he may be like, okay, as long as I patrol the front, he can't get any probes out, and I should be safe against any proxies.
Yeah.
Which could lead to his demise.
Well, we are going to see a Stargate anyways for now. Doesn't necessarily mean there's not going to be a follow-up timing with that probe. It's not going to be a rush to an attack. And I'm feeling Oracle here. I mean, Phoenix is okay, but I feel like Oracle really suits Billowy's style a lot more.
Yeah. Like it on the map as well. Good for map control. This Overlord's going to come in here. I don't think it saw the Stargate just yet. There's the Oracle. That one did. Yeah.
And saw the Oracle as well. Lair is started here. Start those spores. 2 of them. 3 of them. Each base complete with 1 spore and 1 queen. Making it virtually impossible for the Oracle to get massive damage done. We'll poke, scout, and then use it to defend the third base.
Very standard game so far. This is basically like the blueprint for PvZ right now.
Yeah. Twilight Council coming up here.
Yeah.
And, you know, that usually has been leading towards that Charge Zealot Archon immortal type play. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 kills here, just 1. Pulls out, doesn't want to lose any more than his shields.
Ling speed on the way, as well as a bunch of drones and a lot of overlords as well.
Yeah, a ton of those.
And a Hydra Den.
Ooh.
Maybe he's saying, okay, you've already invested in a Stargate and an Oracle. Maybe I can come in here really fast. That Oracle just saw all of those overlords sprout. Is that what I just said? Pop.
Pop. That's usually what we say. That's what we say.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Hydra's timing with speedlings could be really strong. He's gonna have to get Hydra's speed though, and I don't know. There's no Bay, of course, with this build, and he's been skipping Bays a lot. If going with that Charge Zealot Archon sort of style, you'd have no Colossi, and sudden surprise Hydra's attack could be quite good. He's actually making a Dark Shrine. Wants to maybe catch some units off guard with that. I think the Hydra's choice is a really good one. He's gonna get range first, and then speed will finish as he moves across the map. That's really funny. The probe just walks by on the
Yeah. A bunch of these gateways still coming up. He's going to go up to, I believe it's going to be 8 or maybe 9 off those 3 bases. Could definitely support those.
Yeah. The question is, are there going to be enough gateway units to deal with the Hydras? You may even have to use DTs to defend. I would force an Overseer to come at least.
So he knows the Hydras are on the way. He already got a revelation with that Oracle, of course.
A lot of Hydras here.
And a ton of Lings for the follow-up. Look at this. He's just able to poke at this with the range as it has completed.
Yeah. Maybe just walk across the map with range first before speed so that you can actually do things like this once you get there. And then when you have to start fighting, that's when speed becomes useful. So you get the Forge as well. Gets that pylon on the high ground. So many speedlings, so if the Stalkers try to come out, he's got those. Nice catch on 3 Hydras here. Force Shields to buy more time. Only 11 Hydras left, and 2 DTs being warped in for some harassment.
At the 3rd base, Nexus Cannon goes down, and some of these units move out of position, and a big surround here with a lot of the Lings. He's got a ton of Lings for the follow-up. The blink is done. Where are those DTs? I think they were warped in and going to the 3rd base.
Going to the 3rd and 4th, or 3rd and the natural, but this trade is starting to be like so good right now for Dark. Okay, so 1 DT is going over here to defend at home. 2 DTs going to the natural. There's a Spore Crawler there. And this DT at home is forcing an Overseer to be more, like I was saying before.
Yeah.
Only has 6 Hydras left. Only a few drones here.
DTs with drones. He's only down to 49 drones. It's not the end of the world. It's really about Billowy. He has to deal with this on the front doorstep, and that 1 DT is not going to be able to defend when it's detected.
Yeah, it's just so much army here. I don't think that Billy's going to have enough. He's just losing too much. He's not trading well here. The DT's actually struggling to get in there and fight. Now finally gets in, but does eventually die. And the last of the Zealots fall here. He's down to 7 supply in army. GG. Dark. One of the favorites of this group to get out. In fact, does. I thought he'd be going out with Billowy maybe, but it was one of the 2 of them there in the final match, and Dark's able to edge his win out.
Looked really solid. His aggression, his aggressive plays in this entire day have been so solid. One with every one, I think.
I have to say, though, Billowy really impressed me today. Played some unique builds. He and Deer both playing some really cool strategies. Really loving his style today.
Yeah.
I'm actually really sad that he doesn't make it, but I mean, for next season of Pro League, have some time. But if you think about it, like, this is the last season of Code S for this year.
Yeah.
And there's no more Pro League for this year either. So for Billowy, that's kind of it for a while. You know, even though he's on a solid team, not winning here is pretty terrible for him. You know, whereas Dark's a good team to support him, a good salary. He's got Pro League finals coming up and whatnot. I mean, he's in a really good place, win or lose. Now he's got Code S and Pro League on his shoulders. So it's a big burden, but I think it's really exciting for him. He's got a lot more potential here.
Billowy's going to have a long break here, and I hope the next time we see him, he comes back and brings us more interesting builds. I really liked his play today. I liked all of the Protoss play that we had actually today and yesterday. A lot of interesting PvPs from yesterday and from today. well, not PvPs, but Protoss play.
Right, for sure. We're going to take a look at today's results and remind you guys how we got here, as well as some of the matches that we'll be having coming up a little bit later. And here you can see Deer was able to take out Ragnarok 2-0. Dark then took out Billowy 2-0, and then Deer was able to advance 4-0, beating Dark in that second match. In the winner's match, Billowy was able to then take a 2-0 over Ragnarok, knocking him out of the tournament, but was unable to defeat Dark in our very only 2-1 series of the day, where Dark advances to Code S. Now for Group, this is not Group G, by the way, this is Group C. Going into Group D, our match is coming up a little bit later at 6 p.m., which is 2 hours from now. It'll be Hydra versus Cure and Rain versus Impact.
Should be some more really good games. Really looking forward to Hydra, especially. I want to see how he's playing. Maybe he can get into Code S.
Yeah. Could be. You know, it's definitely going to be an exciting group. A lot of good Kessel players in there. A lot of people that you guys all know and love. And also we got our Axiom player, Impact, there. So a lot of representation there. But, guys, we're going to take about a 2-hour break. We'll be back in 2 hours with Group D.